investigation into Tim Kennedy views with Tim Kennedy. Timmy K, Tim Kennedy, information amid the Tim Kennedy scandal drama.
Tim Kennedy and stolen valor is one thing and obviously atrocious, but what we're seeing is we have some bad faith actors, I think, in the YouTube sphere space, which have essentially used this as a scapegoat to get the manipulation across even worse than what it is, and that is the creator David Hookstead. Now, to be fair, I would have included Valhalla VTF as well, but I mentioned in a previous video as well where I was like, this is a dead horse.
What's wrong with AIDS? Why doesn't anyone want me to give them AIDS? There he is, beating that dead horse.
And he recently did come out where in his most recent video about Tim Kennedy, he said he was going to stop talking about this entire subject. And he said this.
The story is kind of done, guys. There's really nothing more that could come out about Tim Kennedy that I need to report on. The broader mainstream media has this now. If you guys see, it's all over the UFC channels. I've got multiple mainstream media outlets reaching out to me that want to do interviews. Haven't decided if I'm going to or not. Probably not. But Tim Kennedy's career is over. His reputation is gone. He will never get it back in the veteran community. He will never get it back in the Green Beret community. He's under investigation by USASOC.
Never said anything about having a Purple Heart or a Bronze Star with a V device.
You sure about that? Per the source I have here, you have a Bronze Star with a V. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Do you mind telling us about what happened there and how you got that?
Oh, pretty straightforward. Like I think so. There was a bad guy, and bad guy was shooting at us, and I shot him.
It's a clip of him lying about the Bronze Star. Yes, that is a slam dunk. Awesome. But keep throwing that into videos with different titles and thumbnails of Tim Kennedy. By the way, even making this video is hard to go through every title and thumbnail because I'm like, they're just word Tetris, picture changes, just feeding whatever it is. Now, my issue with this entire thing is you do not have a single fight in this entire thing. Other than you're caring about innocent people if they were taking their lives. I respect that. I understand it. But to the degree of which this is, I would say most people would say it's disingenuous. It is over the top, ridiculous. You are no military person. You've never served. You've never been in special operations, any of this. You're not a Green Beret. So what organizational integrity are you looking for? I know as Americans, people look up to the military as honor and integrity and courage and, you know, all those great buzzwords. But I sit here and I'm like, you've never been a part of that to know what that truly is, to hold a light to that. And that's something that it's almost like virtue signaling and pandering and grifting for other people. It's kind of disgusting to me. My other message to you, David, is a lot of you being able to report on things. You're a true journalist, by the way. You were hired to do journalism, do interviews, all that stuff. I'm just some amateur dude on the internet. You actually have done this professionally. So you understand that your viewers like trust. And yes, that's good. But I believe in my good conscience, you are abusing that trust by continuously making these videos and recycling different source material through every couple of videos to try and make it spin up like it's something new and repackaged. Again, I will reiterate that you taking old videos and frameworking them as current day things that you could have actually been a better investigative person and use those as source material to gather a more comprehensive piece to do your due diligence would have been much better. You're not doing that in any of these pieces. It's not. And it's lazy. The Anti-Hero podcast has only done 2 podcasts and I think one other piece of content out of this entire thing. By the way, they were your main source of debunking all of this. Like, you've just taken this and ran. You're gone. You've gone beyond even what the military people are doing. You've gone beyond what the Green Berets are doing to hold their own accountable. And it's kind of like, Whoa, let's reel that one back in real quick. And by the way, Tim Kennedy's reputation is ruined. So the court of public opinion, shattered. Cool, got it. You win. Okay. Now the court of real court in a room where people get their day, let them have their day. Those are the only two sides of this. So continuously making videos when you've already won is kind of ridiculous to me. If you are under legal investigation, as Tim is right now, and we're alleging that he made the statement just for legal purposes, do you think he's going to be like, let me on your show. I want to tell you everything and things that might incriminate myself even further. No legal professional would ever do that. Hence why they didn't respond to you back in writing, because that would have been even more bulletproof, but they didn't. So who are you to think they're going to come talk to you and maybe slip or let you kind of twist things however they can when you're already twisting things from 7 years ago in old videos? And David, I have to let you know, just because you have a Band of Brothers poster behind you, you have an American flag hat, and you have a round behind you, and you have an operator style Brovet beard, that does not mean that you have any credibility in this. I'm sorry, dude. I just got to point it out. Throughout a lot of your videos, you're like, I've talked to people. I've got his teammates. They're all there. And I'm like, you continuously bring this up, but my God, like, you know these people. You've obviously interviewed people previously for the show that you're on, which, by the way, I heard you got fired as well. That's just allegedly, not really sure what happened there. But then I'm like, if they trust you so much and you've interviewed all these people, how come nobody wants to come out and actually say anything? How come nobody wants to do that? They're scared. I hear things like, dude, respect your audience, that they're not dumb and that they actually, like, you're just alluding to things and not able to provide a lot of actual insight to it. As I spent hours trying to fine-tooth comb your Tim Kennedy situation. But I don't know if you have a crush on the guy. I don't know if you have a secret lover. I don't know if he did not buy you a Valentine's gift, a Christmas gift, a birthday gift. I don't know where Tim Kennedy did you personally wrong. Maybe lied to you on your interview. That's the most I could say. But other than that, if those are confirmed lies, I have to say that too. Allegedly, all the legal stuff. But other than that, I'm like, what is your buy into this, man? Are you honest, D? Do you love him? You love Tim Kennedy. You love him. You want to roll in the octagon with him. You want to get all nitty gritty, don't you? I know you, David, you dirty dog. You dirty dog. I see you, David. It's okay. Now, if you think I'm a Tim Kennedy rider here.
Shake weight is the flab-busting breakthrough that trims your arms and shapes your shoulders at the same time.
Back of my arm. Definitely in the tricep area.
Oh my gosh, I can feel the definition already.
I'm not. If anything, I'm actually been a big critic of Tim Kennedy even before a lot of these other guys have done it. And that's not like, oh, I'm trendy, I did it first. No, it's just the fact of what it is. And I'm going to point that out as my own bias kind of coming into this, because there's that. I'm not trying to defend Tim Kennedy. It is entirely trash if somebody is doing stolen valor or making false claims or whatever else. I feel like I have to say it's like water is wet, and people are still going to be like,
to say that something is wet means that the water on the surface of that something can be removed.
This sounds like you're defending Tim.
Water's not wet.
I'm not defending Tim, but I do want to say I'd like to educate the audience when I feel like they are being manipulated in a false or not good way. To give you guys a heads up, I have made 5 videos covering specific updates that have occurred with Tim Kennedy. I'm going to show the list of the videos that are right here that you can see, and essentially you're going to be like, okay, 5 years in the past, almost 5 years, I think it's been. And that's because like the first thing I covered was the Afghanistan pullout, which kind of cascaded some other things going on, where I saw he was more involved in geopolitics and stuff. Himself into another geopolitical issue, not just with Afghanistan, but now with Israel, which even in current day is divisive. And so there was that. And then my most recent video of this entire Tim saga was his apology, where I covered all those updates, kind of going through that entire synopsis. So I have made my own videos about Tim. I've made them. I've criticized them. I'm on the same team as you guys, and that is my bias. I already know it. But I do want to draw the line in the sand when I see David Hookstead kind of going in and making I would say, videos that don't need to be made. And that's because, do you know how many videos David Hookstead has made about Tim Kennedy just in the past couple weeks? It's been a lot. You can see here, today as I'm making this video, Tim Kennedy killing story goes viral. Sounds like bull. That was today, 13 July. 12 July. That was, will Sean Ryan delete his Tim Kennedy interview? That was 1 day ago. 11 July, 25. Tim Kennedy officially under investigation. Sean Ryan backtracks. Next video is on 4 days ago, which was on the 9th of July. Tim Kennedy admits he lied. Serious questions about killings remain. 5 July. Anti-Hero podcast drops Tim Kennedy bombshell. New details. 4th of July. Rob O'Neill joins Tim Kennedy's shit show. Deletes embarrassing tweet. 30 June. I regret interviewing Tim Kennedy. Never again. 30 June or somewhere around that, because it says 2 weeks. He says Tim Kennedy blasted for insane stolen Valor video. Truth comes out. And then there's radio silence, and that was up until 5 months ago, where he has more videos where this one says Tim Kennedy humiliated in brutally public fashion. Someone says, then he says, 5 months ago, Tim Kennedy new low, embarrassing photo goes viral. Then it goes, Tim Kennedy finally caught, new video surfaces. Then it's Tim Kennedy drama officially over, new theory. Then it's Tim Kennedy lawyer up, Army breaks silence. Tim Kennedy faces new allegations of lying, release a statement. Tim Kennedy / anti-hero drama shocking update. Tim Kennedy / anti-hero Delta Force drama takes new twist. There are a lot of Tim Kennedy videos. Now, on top of that, you're like, whoa, Nick, that's, how many videos is that? That is 20 videos, 20, in a matter of less than 6 months. You have where he has made live streams as well, which are several hours long. Tim Kennedy apology rejected. Emergency stream. Then it's Tim Kennedy lies about getting shot. Claims he sniped kid. Whoops. Someone says Army breaks silence on Tim Kennedy claiming he killed women and kids. Worst Tim Kennedy video yet. 2010 clips is big trouble. So we're at 24 pieces of content just within 6 months. Then I must include the shorts that he has on YouTube. He's made 2 of those in the past 2 weeks with the new drama that unfolded. He also has Instagram posts, which include 12 of them total, which I believe it's 10 have been within the past 2 weeks as well. So 12 total. Then he has these 2 tweets as well, which he posts on July 6th and July 10th. So we are currently at 20 videos, 4 live streams, 2 YouTube shorts, 12 Instagram posts, and 2 tweets. Majority of those have been in the last 2 weeks, with only the sprinkling of about, I think it's 7 videos were previously, but still, it's almost a video a day about Tim Kennedy. Why would somebody do that? Now, because of this, I did end up going through the entire catalog of David Hookstead. And that is because I was like, every time I've watched a video of his, it is the same repeated pieces of content that are regurgitated, slight twisting, and that is something that I was like, dude, I feel like I'm watching the same video over and over and over again. And to directly confront David Hookstead, I did make a remark on his recent video. I had said, this horse is dead, David. At this point, you have literally been on repeat making Tim Kennedy videos almost daily with small variations of hot takes. He is under investigation and authorities are looking at it. He hasn't responded, his lawyer didn't, and you're still digging with a pending investigation. As a fellow creator, I highly advise you to move to other topics. Your work here is done. And obviously, I knew that was going to create backlash even for myself. This person says, cool, you never cover this again too then. I only made 1 video about 1 singular video. We're talking 20 different videos about stolen valor, war crimes, whatever else. So let's break this down, because I did watch the videos and kind of show you the repeated nature of what we're seeing. And I'm going to go from the most recent to further dating back to kind of show you some consistencies. Now, from the video from 13 July today, I have to tell you, it was crazy because he says, Tim Kennedy killing story goes viral. Sounds like bull. That would be a great title if that actually is what happened. The video that he is reacting to, or the story, is from 7 years ago. The video is something he could have covered back in the first iteration of this story. He could have broken this down. He is repackaging this and saying, here, all you Tim Kennedy haters, which by the way, there's merit to that, but to then frame it that a video from 7 years ago is like, look at him telling this crazy story. It's like, that is false. The video is old. You're digging up old stuff to try and feed your audience in order to get your views, man. Come on, like, there has to be a little bit of integrity, and I hope you as an audience are wanting the same thing. Also, don't you appreciate right here where you can see that he essentially has purposely not had the date of when the video is, where it'd be right below here to show that? Interesting. And on top of that, every video is like a 1.5-minute introduction, which by the way, YouTube tells me to skip. And then you bring up his apology, which you consistently do, don't read, but then you kind of fluff over it. And on top of that, you then pose questions for like 3 to 5 minutes about every allegation. You name them off and you go through and you keep going through. It's on repeat. The video from yesterday, 12 July 2025, you had said, will Sean Ryan delete his Tim Kennedy interview? Now, by the way, you do make another video saying you regret your Tim Kennedy interviews, which was done on 30 June 25, 2 weeks ago, where you said, I regret interviewing Tim Kennedy, never again. You already made that video, dude. You already made it. Which, by the way, you read the same apology in brief synopsis, and then you're telling everyone you're taking your interview down with Tim Kennedy. You made a tweet about that. You then also had to add Sean Ryan to this and question, you know, can I gather an audience from both of these people, even though they have zero correlation, right? Oh, and did I mention Sean Ryan? You made a whole other video about a 2-sentence update from Sean Ryan on his video with Tim Kennedy. And that was the day before. Which, by the way, you read the apology, not in its entirety, but you brought it up once again using the same sourcing of information. You've used the apology like 3 or 4 videos, and it's only been a few days that it's been released. Then the day before that, on 5 July, again, David, you got to take that shovel and dig it even further. You're like, let's go back further. You got to keep going further and further. And it's funny because you guys are late to the game, man. I covered this as it happened, literally in 2021. And you guys are like, we got to go back to it, man. And I'll give credit to the guys of Anti-Hero because they already were debunking it through the book. You're just taking their content and posting it up. Again, you're like, as a citizen, I just care about them. These are war crimes. As a citizen, we're going to get into that too, David. Don't worry. And again, we're going to go to a new piece of source material in that 5 July video where you use this Instagram post about why he's not having PTSD. And you're saying that he's telling people to suck it up. Okay. You did use that same clip or that same Instagram post for several other videos as well, man. Then on the 4th of July, you bring up a grainy ass clip from Joe Rogan, which by the way, I made a video when that came out, and I can tell you that you're repackaging it again as if this is like some new clip that just surfaced.
Yeah, from a Joe Rogan interview. This just surfaced. I'm gonna play this, and then we'll just listen.
Yeah, with 20-something deployments overseas, I've never seen anything like Afghanistan.
What's weird, though, is you can see this was from a video that was over a year ago. And you can also see proof that David was also making videos 6 months ago. This could have came up even back then, but he's repackaging it now to tell people it just surfaced. Which then another video later, you then on 30 June of 2025, do the same exact Instagram post I just told you about, and you bring it up again. Again, we're having a revolving door of it is the Instagram post. It's the old clips that you're wanting to do. We'll see if you keep making the Tim Kennedy videos. And, you know, that's just my 2 cents, man. We're having some public discourse. Maybe you'll respond, maybe you won't. Hit me up on Instagram or whatever. You can write below this video if you'd like as well. But, yeah, take care.